Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the Golf Club 2019. Today we are going to be playing and reviewing the Colonial Golf Club by Rod81Simo, who is a designer whose previous work has featured on the channel. This is an RCR located 10 minutes from Broadbeach on the Gold Coast in Australia, so really looking forward to getting into this one. As you can see, fairways are normal, greens are firm, green speed is fast. We are going to be playing off the black tees, which are 7,245 yards. Everything else is left to default, and as normal, pin set number 1. So I do hope you guys are well. As I said, this is an RCR located on the Gold Coast in Australia. The Colonial, designed by Mr Mitsuaki Kobayashi, boasts beautifully groomed playing surfaces that are widely regarded as being in the best condition on the Gold Coast. I should point out that this is a RCR. I was a member here for quite a few years a while back, so I had to get into the game. I had to get it in the game. Plays pretty easy in game, but it's intimidating as hell with all the water and bunkering. I started with LiDAR and OSM, then detailed planted the heck out of it, and it's turned out pretty sweet. So, I'm looking really forward to playing this one. It's been a while since we've actually reviewed an RCR. I do apologise about the loading time here. This is taking a while. I have been in the driving range for about 10 minutes, guys, and I'm not joking. My tempo and my swing is just all over the place. I don't know what's going on with this game. Pardon me. You think you get to a place where, yeah, my swing's getting consistently good. And then you get moments like this, so I really don't know how this is going to go. But wow, hole 1, beautiful looking open hole is a par 4, playing 442 yards, stroke index 3. And this just looks like a real flyby here. This is amazing. Looks like it's fairly tight fairways here. Pin is hard left with that green. So we do have double figure wind speeds here, which is going to be nice. Going to look forward to playing in this. 11 mile per hour wind, so the ball's going to move hard right here. So setting us down the left hand side. Fairly decent swing to start us off, and there's that wind really moving us over to the right hand side of the fairway. And imagine still a bit of work to do here to get this onto the green yet. Especially with this wind. So pitch and wedge is definitely going to be the club. Just going to loft this up a few touches. We're going to counteract that wind with a fair bit of draw here. A 15 mile per hour wind, wow. It's a day for hanging your washing out anyway. Make sure they're pegged down properly though. That wind should start to bring me around here. This should be actually quite good. This should bounce out well on the firm greens. Tell you what, that could go in. That could roll in here. Oh, wow. What a start to the round with the eagle. Wow. Fantastic way to start off the round. Hopefully we can pick up on that. And that is going to move us to 2 under through the first hole. So, hole 2 is a par 5, playing 543 yards, stroke index 17. This is a very, very authentic looking course here, guys. I can't believe how... This just looks like a real course. It really does. It's breathtaking, to be honest. Plenty of bunkers surrounding that green there. I don't think we'll reach this in 2 with that wind. We've got a 17 mile per hour headwind here. It's been a while since I've played in 17, 18 mile per hour winds, I can assure you that. So this driver's not going to get too far. Be lucky if that gets 270 yards here. I actually feel like I'm playing with the beginner club set here. Just break the 270 yard marker. So we may... No, we won't. We've got an 18 mile per hour wind. This is going to come up short of the green here. I'm swinging better than what I did in the driving range, to be honest with you guys. So we're going to have a little flop shot. Hopefully we can get that close for the birdie setup. 22 yards. Just fully lofting this up. The wind should surely hold me up here as well. Just went a wee bit hard left there. It should check up though. Probably left myself about a 6 to 7 foot putt for birdie. I would have liked to have left that a lot closer, to be honest. And we do pick up our second, well, I'm going to say our second birdie. It's not our second birdie. We do move to 3 under with an eagle and a birdie. So we're 3 under through 2 holes. What a fantastic start to the round there. So hole number 3 is a par 4 playing 421 yards, stroke index 9. It looks like we're going to have quite a severe dog leg left. But don't get this course mixed up with the Colonial golf course, which is holding the Fort Worth Invitational this week. They're different courses, but this is how I actually came across this course, which we've talked about, which is an RCR located in the Gold Coast of Australia. So just looking to carry this light rough. May hold up in it a little bit, but with that wind, 17 mile per hour wind, we should be kicking out of that. Oh, I've pulled that quite severely left, so it looks like we'll go. We should kick out. We should kick out here. And we have managed just to kick out of that. Well, I say just. We've really kicked out of that due to the wind. So it's really been a while since I've played in conditions like this. I mean, I don't know. The wind in this game is so temperamental and inconsistent. So I'm allowing for the wind here. I've really lofted up in that. Oh, and the wind's still pushing that. Get in! Oh, I thought we pitched in there. And I'm not sure if that's a combination of the fast, firm greens, or if the wind has really pushed that ball on, which I do believe. I mean, 21 feet I went past the pin there. I don't think I've got my yardage that wrong. So the wind has really pushed that ball on, in my opinion. And we've got a tough birdie putt here. This should really start to turn the last few feet. Have I played it firm enough? I tell you what, that's in. What a putt that is. And we do keep this birdie and eagle run going. Wow. We moved to 4 under through 3 holes. So what a fantastic start to this round. And hole number 4 is a par 3 playing 187 yards, stroke index 5. What a beautiful looking hole this is. Huge lake here. This is beautiful. Absolute beautiful. Going to have to come down to the 6 iron. We're just going to apply a fair bit of fade here just to counteract this wind. It's a nice swing. The wind should start to grab a hold of that, which it has. Are we going to be long though? Yeah, we're still long. That may just work its way off the green here and leave me with a chip shot. So we're going to have a chip shot here. I'm saying a chip shot. We're on the green here, Lee. Come on, waking up. So a 22 feet, 5 inches down. Really don't want to play this too firm. And with the lack of pace I'm playing this, the break will exaggerate. I would like to just get this close, to be honest. It's not swinging as much as I would have liked, but the pace was good and we should be setting that up just for a simple par save. So, for the first par of the round, it has trickled 6 feet past there. And we do get our first par of the round. So this used to be a farmland. Once home to cows, weeds and bush, has been transformed into a beautifully groomed course with lush fairways and meticulously manicured greens. The Par 72 Championship Resort layout meanders its way through 39 hectares of eucalyptus, picturesque lakes and serene waterways. And hole number 5 is a par 4 playing 459 yards, stroke index 11. But this really is a fantastic looking course, guys. I really hope that YouTube is doing this justice graphically, because on my screen it looks just fantastic. You would actually think it was a genuine... You feel like I was watching this on TV with the flyovers. It's so realistic. It really is. And once again, I've pulled my tee shot, but the wind is going to help us out there. Flowering native and exotic trees and plants abound, while ornate bridges cross the abundant watercourses which feature in all but the 10th hole. So pack a few extra balls and get out there. As always, enjoy. So great information there from the designer. And with that tee shot, we're going to have a long second with this 18 mile per hour wind. So, club down to the 7 iron, just looking to fire this right at the pin. This should sit down fairly quickly for me with this wind speed. This should really hold the ball up in the air and it should land quite softly and quickly. There we go, there's a laser beam. Why can't I be swinging like that all the time just now? This should be all over this. Sit down, sit down. What a golf shot that is, guys. And you haven't already done so, please hit the like button. Got to remember, we had an 18 mile per hour wind that we had to contend it with there. So not an easy putt though. 7 footer, down 2 inches. Green speeds are 177, and that should start to turn, and it has, and we do pick up another birdie. So we're playing the course and the conditions fairly well, and we do move to 5 under par. So hole number 6 is a relatively short par 4, playing 390 yards, stroke index 13, but depending on the wind here, this could be a longer par 4 than I would have liked. So once again, water it is here. We have been informed that the only hole there's no water is hole number 10. But such a simple looking course, but it's beautiful. Everything just seems to be so natural. And I honestly feel that I'm just watching this on the TV. That's how impressive it is. I've pushed that slightly right. Combined with the wind, we're just going to find the right hand centre of this fairway, and that should set us up for probably a wedge into this green. But with this 12 mile per hour wind, we're probably going to have to go for the sand wedge. Yeah, lob wedge ain't going to get there. So sand wedge, 11 mile per hour wind. It is playing 96 yards. This should be perfect here. So I'm just lofting this up one touch just in case, because we do know how inconsistent this wind is. But this should hold me up. That's a good strike. This should be good. This should be good. Get down. Get down. Wow, that wind did not hold that ball up hardly at all. That is insane. So we've got a 15 foot putt. 3 inches down. Wind didn't hold that ball up anywhere near like I anticipated it would. This is a tough putt as well. Oh, that has really broke a lot harder left than what I anticipated once again, and that has actually went about 6 feet past. 3 feet past. My yardage is way off there, my guesstimate. But we do get another par, and we are going to remain at 5 under. Let's move on to hole number 7, which is a par 3, playing 172 yards, stroke index 7. And once again, guys, what a beautiful looking course and hole this is. Honestly, it just feels so natural, looks so natural, and looks authentic. That is the biggest compliment I can give the designer, Rod81 Simo here, is it looks so authentic. So once again, apply and fade, 7 iron, just to counteract this 13 mile per hour wind. I've pushed that right again, and I think that may stay right. Yeah, it's just a wee bit more right of the flag than I would like them. Once again, wow. We have set ourselves up with a bit of a birdie opportunity here from 8 feet. It's down 4 inches. Shouldn't be much turn in this one. It is breaking both ways. How's that turn so hard left there? Wow. Wow. I must have totally misread that, or I can't explain that. Looking back at it there now, there's not a break there. It should have moved my ball as hard left as that. So we do power in the par save. Should have been a birdie there though. We are going to remain at 5 under par with a par 5 coming up here on hole number 8, which is playing 541 yards. Stroke index 15. But once again, I fear the wind's going to be right into my my face here, so we may have a long par 5 here. But look at this, water all the way down the right hand side. Fairly tight looking fairway, bunkers up the left hand side. But once again guys, look how authentic this looks. It looks like a course member is just out filming the course with a drone, doing the flybys. The wind's actually in my favour here, so I've called that one wrong. I say in my favour, it's a diagonal wind. It should take us round to the left. I've put a slow on that. I have pulled it left as well though, so I'm not sure. We're going to be in the heavy rough. And that's how I was actually swinging in the driving range, guys. Just my tempo, my swing line was off. I just can't seem to get a consistent 2 or 3 rounds going here with my swing. I just don't know what's going on with this game at the moment, because in my head I'm swinging the exact same for different outcomes 80% of the time. I reckon this should kick on. It may just be a wee bit long, but we should try and sting this on from the fairway. The wind's going to move us as well. It's a far better strike. That's a great strike actually. Is it going to come back off this slight slope if it makes it up there? I tell you what, we've got an eagle opportunity here, so I never expected to have an eagle opportunity after finding the heavy rough from the tee shot. Once again, it's a downward or downhill putt, 13 feet down 4 inches. Is that going to turn? It is going to turn. It's turned a lot more than I read it would, and that's actually went about 8 feet past, is it? 7 feet past, so not the best of birdie setups here, but this would be a gratefully accepted birdie, and we do convert that and we move to 6 under par. So despite the course trying to really bite back at us with the conditions here, we're playing fairly well. Hole 9, hardest hole on the course, is a par 4, playing 479 yards, and it looks like it's going to be a slight dogleg right. But I just can't believe how authentic this course looks at the flybys. This is just absolute fantastic. And like I say, the way I came across this is I was looking for the Colonial golf course for the Fort Worth Invitational, which is the PGA Tour event this week. Pardon me, unfortunately we won't be playing that, but Tony Finau currently has a 1-shot lead over R. Sloan at 6 under. Jordan Spieth is in and amongst there as well, and that's a pure swing line. That's going to go right.
I don't like the way this is going.
Yeah, and that is going to be plugged in the bunker. Wow. A lot of work to do now. That is plugged. Look at our lies, 67 to 74. We're never reaching the green here, but just try to get this out of here with the 6 iron and leave a flop shot for an up and down. That's a great swing line from there. Pity I couldn't have done that off the tee shot. And that's probably going to be a flop shot. And let's see if we can convert this. So the first time we've kind of looked in danger of dropping a shot. But really enjoyed playing in these wind conditions here. So this wind is going to move us to the left, so just taking that into consideration here. This should run out with enough yardage for me. I think we've played this well. Sit down. And that is a fantastic flop shot. And that should be a simple tap in for the par to remain 6 under. And that's a great up and down there. Fantastic up and down. Delighted with that. And we do manage to avoid the bogey there. Let's move on to hole number 10. Par 4, playing 420 for the yard, stroke index 10. But look at that tree line way off in the distance up in the hills. Absolute fantastic looking course, this one, guys. Like I say, very authentic, plays like a real course. This is a course I had no idea existed. It's a short, well, I'm saying a short par 4 into this wind, playing 423 yards, stroke index 10. Just looking for this wind to hold me up and take me round to the right. Once again, I've pushed that slightly right, but we should have enough fairway to work with. And we should find the right hand side of the fairway. And with this wind, it's going to be a longer approach shot. than the gap wedge suggests. Gonna have to go with the pitching wedge, and we're just lofting this up a fair bit. This 14 mph wind's going to hold us up and move us quite aggressively to the right. I've pulled that left once again. Don't think the wind's not going to bring that round enough, but the yardage should be bang on. Yardage was really, really good there, guys. That was just due to another pull. It's very rare I pull things left, but I seem to be doing that with alarming regularity this round, and we've missed that putt once again. Just an aggressive turn there the last couple of feet.
4 feet. Let's do this.
But hopefully I can convert this for par. Greens are a fair test here, I'm not going to lie to you. These greens will challenge all ability of putters. I mean, I would class myself as slightly above average putter recently, and they're certainly challenging me. But hole number 11 is another par 5, playing 531 yards, stroke index 18, which means it is playing the easiest hole on the course. But once again, there's a water back in play. The 10th is the only hole with no water. But you're seeing the bridge work. It is fantastic. Really enjoying this, especially in this testing conditions. It's an absolute pleasure to be playing this course. And it's another fantastic course from Rod 81 Simo. Wind's going to take us round here. Just hopefully I don't pull this left, or this is probably going right in the bunker. I have pulled that left. Is the wind going to help me out here? No, it's not. Lee. So we find another bunker. What is going on here with these pull lefts? I did say before the video started, I was struggling my swing line in the driving range. So we may well struggle to get birdie here. Just looking to get this out of here with a 7-iron. Probably leave a wedge. It's a good out. It's a very good out. That should run down the fairway a little bit for me.
Don't worry about that now. I've seen much worse than that. And from here, we're
So it is a wedge.
30 yards out.
Pitch and wedge is going to be ideal. Let me see. It looks like I certainly want to be landing on the right hand side of the flag for an easier uphill putt. It's a better strike. The wind is starting to take me round to the right. How's my yardage? Oh, it was a little bit long. But I think we've landed that
I think you could probably two-putt from here. 9
on the right hand side of the flag where I want it to be for the simpler putt. And this one is for the birdie. This would get us to 7 under par. 9-footer. That should turn. Yes, and that is a fantastic birdie save after finding ourselves in a bunker, and we do move to 7 under par. Delighted with that. So, hole number 12, par 3, playing 230 yards, stroke index 2. Water is in play here, down the entirety of this hole here on the right hand side. Plenty bunkers as well. And I think for the, I was going to say for the first time in the round we have single figure wins, but it's went back up to 10. So just applying a touch of fade here with a hybrid, just looking to kick this on. This looks tough because it looks like the green breaks to the right away from the flag. Just hoping the wind's got enough to bring me back. No, the wind's not really taking me back. This will kick on, but the green breaks away from the flag, unfortunately. Look at that. Yardage was fairly good, actually. And we are going to have about a 20-foot putt for birdie.
And here we go. This one for birdie.
18 feet. This one's going to break to the left, 3 inches uphill. Don't want to play this too firm. Oh, I've gotten a flyer off the bat there. Wow. Wow. That has went 8 feet past. I did not mean to play as firm as that. I don't think I played it as firm as that. We're probably looking at our first drop shot of the round here. Getting. Oh, what a par save that is. Wow. What a par save that was to avoid the bogey, and we do remain at 7 under par. Got an absolute flyer off the putter face there with that birdie attempt. Hole 13, par 4, playing 431 yards, stroke index 8. And once again, guys, look at this. I honestly feel I am just watching a genuine flyover on the TV and that this is a real course. It is phenomenal. I can't recall a course that I've played in a while that has looked as authentic and as realistic as this. So, must find fairway here. This is quite a tight fairway with this wind. So aiming down the right hand side, hoping the wind's going to bring us back. And there's another fantastic swing line.
Tee shots looking decent.
Not had enough of them today this round. And that does find the centre off the fairway, 316 yards down. And once again we're going to have a wedge. This club should be perfect. Shouldn't have to touch this. We are in quite a severe slope. It's going to take the ball right, but the wind should bring us back. The green slopes towards the pin. So I'm looking to get this one close. I've put a slow on that. And I've pulled it left. And it's long. So nowhere near a pin seeker there. We've probably got about a 12-foot putt for birdie. 13-foot putt for birdie. 2 inches downhill. This one's got not too much movement to it. Is it going to start to turn? No, it's... Oh, it is! Yes! And we do pick up the birdie somehow there. Fantastic putt. It didn't look like it was going to turn enough there, the last 3 feet, but it did. And we do move, I think, to 8 under par, is it? Hole 14. Short par 4, playing 398 yards, stroke index 14. Certainly I want to avoid the water down the right hand side. Quite a tight fairway, especially with these wind conditions. And we do have a trio of bunkers up near the green. So 13 mile per hour wind. We should boom this way over 300 yards if we get a successful tee shot, which we have done. That should leave us no more than a pitch or a flop shot. So let's see what the wind's going to do to the pitch shot this time. It really carried us the last time. So I'm going to account for this. And a 15 mile per hour wind, this should really hold my ball up in the air as well. It should hang up in the air a little bit and carry us the required distance. It's coming up way short, would you believe that? I can't believe that has come up as short as that. So once again, I've been caught out with the wind there, guys, unfortunately. So we've got a 10-foot putt for the birdie. It's a tough putt. No, it's going to turn a little bit more than I would have liked. And we're going to have a testing putt for par there, actually. I'm booming some of these putts just a wee bit too far. I'm being a bit too aggressive on them. Tricky 5-footer here. Just playing this firmly, and we do drill that into the centre of the cup for our par. So once again, I'm just being caught out by a bit of the inconsistencies of the wind. It's been a problem with this game since day one, in my opinion. And the fact that I think the game's near at its lifespan, at the end of its lifespan, it's still an issue in the game. But hole 15, par 4, playing 425 yards, stroke index 6. Once again, a very nice looking hole. We've got a 15 mile per hour wind here that we've got to contend with. So that is going to hold our ball up. That should find the centre of the fairway. We've played that well. Be lucky to reach the 270. Once again, we just trickle past the 270. And this is going to be a difficult approach shot here with this wind sweeping to the right. 8 iron should be bang on. Just going to loft it up a little touch due to this wind. And allowing this wind to bring us round towards the flag. Pulled it left and put a slow on it. It's going to go hard right. Could be in the water here. Once again, I'm struggling with my swing tempo. I don't know where these random slows are coming from at times. I certainly don't feel like I'm swinging slow, but I'm clearly doing something wrong, and this is going to be a tough flop shot. 64 to 71. Don't think I've got enough club here. Let me calculate this. Yeah, going with the gap wedge. I would rather... I'm not sure if we're going to hit this tree or not. This is why I've pulled this up to the gap wedge. Oh, the tree didn't affect me at all. So that could be a few feet long. I fully expected me just to catch the overhanging leaves of that tree and hold me up. So this is looking like our first bogey of the round, unfortunately. A 10-footer down 2 inches. Tough putt, this one, to save par. This would feel like a birdie if I managed to pull this off. Turn. Turn. Oh, wow, what a par save. And I think that's our second or third outstanding par save on the greens, and we do remain at 8 under par. Absolute delighted with that one. So, hole 16, par 3, playing 195 yards, stroke index 4. Very, very impressed with this course, guys. Please get out there and play it. If you are on the PS4, please feel free to add my ghost ball. This one will be a beatable score, because I do feel this is a... I'm not going to say a simple course. I'm not going to say challenging either. I'd say it's intermediate. It'll test all golfers, but you're looking to shoot anywhere where I have. Is the wind going to bring that back enough? No, I've pulled that left. I've pulled that left, guys. Look how far left I've pulled that. And with the master clubs, you're just going to get punished with that. So we do have a chip shot from just in the light rough, 12 yards. This should travel about 11 yards here, hopefully. I don't want to put it too far past the pin. Should turn to the right as well. The wind shouldn't really affect chip shots. Should start to turn back. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Should give us a simple 3-footer for the par save, 4-footer. And we do pick up the par after a very poor tee shot there. So let's progress to hole 17, which is a long par 5, playing 595 yards, stroke index 16. Depending on the wind here, this could be a monster hole. I've got no idea if the wind's going to be behind me, against me, or blow me at the side. But once again, what a beautiful looking hole. Look at that little tree right in the middle of the water there. Slight island feel to that. But the designer has done a fantastic job here. And I have really, really enjoyed my time out here on this course. Putting a bit of faith on my swing here. It's been very inconsistent today. Wow, and we do get a laser beam. And that should find its way down the centre of the fairway. Should be looking about 330 yards here. Yeah, 331 yards. Monster drive. We can maybe reach this in 2 now. I think this 2 wood may be slightly long, but the 2 iron is going to be short, so probably just going to go through the back of the green here. It's probably going to set me up with a chip shot. Not happy with how the club's coming back at all. I've put a slow on that, but the wind is helping me out. We are going to be right and long. I was looking to be at the left of the flag there, but with a slow, we've went right. And as confirmed, we have just went a little bit long with that wind, and it should give us a chip shot for the eagle. Just going to have to fully loft this up. I am going to attack this. I am looking to drop this into the cup. At worst, it should be birdie here. Have we? Nope. Put a slow on that, so it meant it stayed right. And it should be a 4 to 5 foot putt for the birdie. Wow. I think this is the simplest putt we've had the entire round. And we do convert that. And we move. Is that 9 or 10? I've lost count now. 9 under par here with the final hole coming up, which is another short par 4, playing 393 yards, stroke index 12. But really enjoyed this course, guys. Absolutely outstanding course. And delighted to come across this. Like I say, I came across this by mistake. And I feel like I've found a pot of gold with this one. So a 14 mile per hour wind. We're going to have to come down to the 2 wood here. I would imagine it's going to set up another pitch shot for us, so no idea what the pitch shot's going to do this time if we do find the fairway. I've pushed that slightly right here, but the wind is helping me out here. And that should run out well. Should run out a good bit. 296 yards with a 2-wood. So it is a pitch shot. 14 mile per hour wind. So the wind didn't carry me the last time. So what did I do here? I'm assuming the wind's not going to carry me here. So just looking to land this off the green. The wind's carrying me. I'm too long. I was looking to bounce that right on the fringe of the green there. But once again, I've been caught out by the inconsistency of the wind. You don't know what it's going to do. It's a bit of a lottery, but we do have a putt for birdie here. A 12-footer, down 3 inches. This one's going to break slightly to the left. I'm going to play this a wee bit firmer than normal, just to make sure that that break doesn't go too firm. There we go, and that's going to drop right into the heart of the cup. So we are going to score a 10 under par there, which I'm very happy about in the conditions and how inconsistent my swing was. But absolute fantastic course there. The Colonial Golf Club by Rod81 Simo. Please get out there and play it, guys. You certainly won't be let down. I'm delighted with my 62 10 under. Didn't unlock anything there. But for me, that's 100% favourite. And we will be giving that a 5-star. But that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys over the weekend. Until then, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.